Welcome to the Summer Reading 2026 Jumpstart Virtual Training for Summer Reading. We've got a lot to cover today, and we are going to keep it moving. So here we go. So again, a warm welcome to you all. For those of you that don't know me, I really want to extend the warmest welcome to you. My name is Janeé Jackson Doring. I'm the Youth Services Consultant with the State Library of Iowa. I'll be leading you through this library land of summer reading fun. With me is Amanda Grome. She is also our library resource technician. We also have Dory Bulls also helping out as well. And we also have a very, very special guest with us today. We have the iREAD Content and Development Manager, Becca Boland, joining us.
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be
Are you
here.
on
Thank you
mute?
for
I wonder if you're
inviting
on
me.
mute, Becca, because I can't hear you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no, you
I
can't
can
hear me now?
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah. Oh, Megan can hear her. Okay, Megan can hear her. But yeah. Uh-oh. I wonder what happened. Let's see. Okay. So you can hear Megan, or sorry, you can hear Becca?
Yep, we could. She was fine.
Huh. I'm not sure.
Can you hear me? Or am I?
Let me see.
Doesn't
Amanda,
sound
I
like she
might need your help
can,
a little
Amanda.
bit. Let me see.
Yep, so
Hold on
then
for the
if you want
technical
to test your
difficulty real quick.
speakers again, you probably changed something when you moved off of there.
Mhm. Amanda, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you. I'm I'm talking, but Amanda, now I can't hear you. Interesting. Let me try another thing real quick.
Yeah, we'll just have her test her speakers, guys. We'll work through this. Sorry.
Okay, let's see. We're gonna test speakers real quick one more time. Sorry, guys. Okay.
You wanna?
Test one, two.
Yep, we can
Hello,
hear
hello.
you.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
so go ahead, Becca. I'm sorry.
Oh, you can hear me.
Here.
Yes.
Okay, great. That's all I wanted to know.
Awesome. Thank you guys, and sorry for the delay. If there is an echo, I apologize, but we're just going to keep it moving. But Becca, we welcome you to our webinar today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here. I'm always excited to spend time with my friends in Iowa.
Excellent. Becca is going to help us as far as giving you guys some more ideas, tips, and resources to kick off your summer reading at your library. So we're thrilled to have her today. And today's plan, here's our plan. We are going to talk about what plant a seed read is. What is that theme exactly? I'm going to share a very quick, and I say quick tutorial on using the resource guide. Some of you that attend these webinars, some of you guys are pros. I know you're veterans. You guys are like, hey, I've been there, done that. I know how to use the resource guide. But please be cognizant and mindful of our friends who are just starting out as youth librarians or directors. They may not know how to use the resource guide. So we want to be cognizant and mindful of them as well. So that way they understand how to use it. And maybe for you veterans and pros, this might be a refresher. So we'll do a quick tutorial on using the resource guide. I'll talk about some state library resources and templates that we'll be providing, some program ideas, some quick program ideas for birth through preschool, elementary age, and tweens and teens. I'll also talk about America 250 because America 250 is coming up and there's some resources and ideas to consider. And yes, I have more resources for you to consider as well. And I just want to share some friendly guidelines before we get started. Um, I ask that you share your ideas. Do share your ideas in the chat because we are learning from everybody. So don't be afraid to share your ideas because your idea could help another library or another library who's struggling and they don't know what to do. So share those ideas in the chat. Do be respectful of others. Please go to the bathroom as needed. This is from 10 to 11:30. So if you need to go, please go to the bathroom as needed. And get inspired. This is a fun webinar. You get to learn about all the cool things that are happening at summer reading. So this is the time for you to get inspired and have fun. Also, we just ask that you please don't disparage others. Again, don't be afraid to share. We're learning from everybody. This is a learning, positive community. Don't forget to hydrate. My best friend Rebecca at Southside Library, she always says, you got to stay hydrated. So don't forget to hydrate. And if you need to stretch, you need to stand up and move, feel free to stand up and move as you're listening. We want you to be excited and ready to go for summer reading. So I'm just going to open this up with a question. And I don't know if you guys have seen the food group characters. These are the food group characters from Jory John and Pete Oswald. They are the creators of the books The Smart Cookie, The Bad Seed, The Cool Bean. How are you feeling about Summer Library Programming 2026? Are you the big cheese? Are you feeling like the big cheese where you feel like you've got it all figured out? Are you the cool bean where you feel like you're cool about summer reading? Are you the smart cookie where you've got it up, got things planned? Or are you the bad seed where, man, I don't know what I'm doing? So I want you to take just a couple minutes and let us know the number in the chat. Okay, we got a three, we got a four, three, four. Oh, some twos. Hey, twos. Okay. So a mix of threes, fours, and twos. Okay. Oh, look, we got a one, a big cheese. Oh, Linda's a big cheese.
I
All
was
right.
looking out for a big cheese. Yeah.
I love it. Don Miller's also a big cheese. I love it. Taylor's a three, the smart cookie.
A 3.5.
I love it. Lisa's a two, the cool bean. Terry from Pomeroy's a four, a bad seed. It's okay. We're gonna get you through it. Jenny from Fenton is a 3.5. I like the five, 3.5.
That's very
Martha
funny.
Martha from Villisca is a two. Hey, she's a cool bean. I love it. Uh, Pomeroy is saying
I'm
four.
pleading the fifth.
Becky from the pleading the fifth. A two. Emily saying two. Denise being the cool bean over at the Department for the Blind and Print Disabled is a two. I love it. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts about how you're feeling about library programming. For those of you that are a four, we're going to turn those frowns upside down, those bad seeds, and we're going to get you in the right direction.
Well, and if you've read the book, you'll know that the bad seed isn't such a bad seed after all.
That's
So,
right.
so
That's
don't fret too much because I bet you're actually good seeds.
absolutely. So we're going to go to what is Plant a Seed Read. And I was telling Becca, I love this artwork by Sarah. I love this picture of the farmer with the book and the
Oh, this
cow
is
and the
Hatem.
chickens. Oh,
Hatem
so it
Ali.
is, it's Hatem. Okay.
Hmm.
This is Hatem's artwork. He's one of the illustrators. This is super cute. I thought
Isn't
this
it
was
fun?
adorable. I had to add this. So, what exactly is Plant a Seed Read? So, Plant a Seed Read is rooted into the farm to table concept. So, thinking about how does your food get from the farm to the table? How is it grown? How is your food made? How does milk arrive at your table? How do fruits and vegetables arrive in your salad? So really thinking about that farm to table concept. So you could explore gardening aspects, agriculture, farms, animals on the farm life, how your food is grown. With Plant a Seed Read, libraries are a community table where we feast on all ideas. So, with this theme, you're able to share new ideas and concepts with kids and teens and adults. And think of Plant a Seed Read as food and stories connecting us all. We all love food. We can find food everywhere, and food and stories bring us together, no matter if we're at a family event or we're at the Iowa State Fair or your Greene County Fair or a local festival, or even just at your friend's house. Food and stories connect us no matter where we go. Um, on this screen are four of the illustrators of the artwork that you can use for this year's summer reading theme. To your left, we have Sarah Ferrone. Am I saying it right, Becca?
You are, yes,
Sarah
for
Ferrone. I love these illustrations, especially the child reading with the farm animals. I love that, and the butterfly and the pickup truck. I thought that pickup truck with the veggies and fruits is super cool. And then at the top, a lot of you know the food groups from the food group series, Jory John and Pete Oswald. They created the food group series. So there's artwork. The four images are from the food group series. I love the one of the bad seed and the good egg in the tractor. I love that, super cute. And the egg, excuse me, the smart egg and the bad seed, and they're reading. I think one of them's reading Great Expectations, or one of
great
oh,
expectations.
sorry, Great Egg Expectations.
There's
Isn't there
lots of puns in the book references in their illustrations. It's really fun.
isn't there one of like the great? There's one character that's reading the Great Gatsby too, I think.
Gatsbean.
Gatsby. There you go. I
Mhm.
love these puns. So you can really have fun with these puns as you create your marketing pieces for your library. At the bottom, we have Wendy Xu. These are images from her repertoire of artwork. So if you love those images, you can use Wendy Xu's artwork. And then at the far right, we have Hatem. Is it Ali or Ali?
Katamali,
Hatem Ali. Thank you.
of
Hatem
course.
Ali created all of these cool images. I love the one of the child eating the corn, eating the sweet corn. I was like, yeah, because I like eating sweet corn. And then this child here that's holding the watermelon. So there's a lot of artwork that you can use in the arts and graphics folders. So take a peek when you get a moment, look at all the artwork that there is to offer. Um, Becca,
Can
do you
I
have
give
any
them a
other
tip,
thoughts?
Janae?
Yes, please.
So, the easiest way to look at all the art is to open up the regular, not the regular, but the chapters of the resource guide and go to the art preview. Everything is laid out there. It's so much easier than going file by file to look at the art. And then you can reference, because they'll all be labeled and numbered. So then you can reference that to go and pull the images that you need from the art files. That's usually what I do when I'm making a slide deck or working on the newsletter or whatever. I'll go to that graphics preview to look at all the art and then just pull the images that I need.
So it's called graphics preview or art preview.
I'm trying to, let me check real quick what chapter it is in the resource guide. Hold on one sec. I want to say it's 7, but uh, nope. So yeah, it is 7. It's pages 377 to 438 is the graphics preview. And you'll find all the badge art, all of the supplemental art, everything there. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
So, knowing what you know, and just from hearing about Plant a Seed Read and all the different avenues you could go with it, think about what direction or directions do you want to take this theme. There's many different avenues, many different ways you could go with Plant a Seed Read. Gardening, farms, food and stories, new ideas, new concepts. So as we go through all of the slides and different content, think what direction or different directions you want to take this theme. So, for those of you that are new, you're probably like, oh my gosh, what is this resource guide? What is this thing? I have no idea what I'm doing. It's okay, no worries. We're going to give you a quick tutorial on using the resource guide. This is the front of the resource guide. So this is what it looks like when you download it. It's very cute. The plant a seed read with the cute barn and the egg and the bad seed, and they're reading their books. Great expectations. Super cute. So, in the Resource Guide 101, every year they have this lovely key. And so the chapters are organized by activities. So it has getting started, program development, programming itself, arts, crafts, DIY, and maker projects. That's all one chapter. Program contributions, bibliographies, because I know a lot of you ask, where's those book lists? Bibliographies and graphics preview that Becca just mentioned, that's chapter 7, and the appendices. Each each chapter has different icons that you will use to look for when planning your programs. So EL stands for early literacy. So think of your 0 to 5, your baby, toddler, preschool. C for children, so roughly that 5 to about 11 age, or 12, I should say. Teen, 13 to 18, or 12 to 18, depending upon your community.
Mhm.
A for adult, F for family, and double A means all ages. So as you're reading through the guide on what programs you would like to host and do at your library, you'll look for these 6 icons to help guide you in the age appropriateness for that program for each of your clientele.
But
So,
also remember that there's no summer reading police. So if you see
yes,
something that is labeled as one age group and you think it'll work really well for another age group in your library, you know your community. You can use whatever you would like for whatever age group. Don't we just we like Janeé said, it's a guide. It's not a rule, if that makes sense.
yes. And some programs overlap. Some programs,
Mhm.
like for tweens, you could do for all ages or teens. So they do overlap by age and by activity. So don't be afraid. So, some items to note in this resource guide. I wanted to point out some quick things that people ask that I read through the surveys and they say, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. Couple things to point out. A lot of you say, I don't know how to do the decorations. I don't know what to put up for a bulletin board or display ideas. Pages 41 through 48 lay out all different kinds of decoration ideas, all kinds of bulletin board ideas, and different book display ideas. Pages 41 to 48. Budgets are tight. We know that. Budgets are tight, everybody's strapped. If you're looking to ask for donations or sponsorships for your library, pages 7 to 10 give you tips on how to do that, what to do, and how to track your different sponsorships. So at the end of summer reading, you can thank them and say, you know what? All of these sponsors helped our library. So those take a peek at those pages. That has some really good tips on asking for donations and sponsorships from your community because businesses do want to help.
Mhm.
Bibliographies is a big one. Every year on the summer reading survey
Hey,
I send
Janae,
out.
before you move on to bibliographies, I just
Yes,
wanted to say most banks in most communities have to do charitable giving.
yes.
So if you haven't ever reached out to the bank, your local bank, reach out to them because they're a really great resource for some additional funding.
Credit unions too. I would
Yeah.
definitely, if you have a local credit union in your town, ask. The worst they can tell you is no, but
Hmm.
it doesn't hurt if you don't ask. So thank you for that. And oh, Rachel has a great tip. Service organizations. Yes.
Love
Check your
that.
service organizations. See what they can do for donations and
Rachel, are you thinking like Lions Club, Kiwanis, those kind of service organizations? Okay,
yes.
nice.
And
All
we
right.
all
Great
donate.
idea.
That is amazing. Thank you, Rachel. Bibliographies. A lot of you say in the survey, I didn't know where the bibliographies are. I got you covered. Pages 347 to 376. That is the holy grail of all books for this year's theme. So 347 to 376.
And it's not just books, it's also there's some like movies and TV and sometimes board games. So it's really extensive in terms of its scope.
Absolutely. Taylor says our Lions Club donates to us to use every year. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That is
$1,500, you can do a ton with that.
yeah, that is awesome. Thank you, Taylor. Um, Also, ideas for presenters. Right now, you guys are probably wondering who do I contact for presenters? Page 60 has some staff resources, and I wanted to put that picture. I took a screenshot of it to show you guys. Some presenters they thought of are 4-H, so reaching out to your local 4-H clubs and organizations, your 4-H chapters, your Future Farmers of America. That would be an awesome organization to see if they can bring in student volunteers or having someone come in to speak about farming and equipment and things that farmers use. And there's info about local FFA chapters. If you go on that website, ffa.org, you can find your local chapter. And there's several in Iowa. I had no clue about it, so that's why I was typing to learn. And there's several chapters. So definitely take a peek at that. I will also share some more presenter ideas further as we go. I'm just looking at some of the chat and I'm seeing, let's see, Casey's. Crystal says Casey has a donation form and they are a great
The gas
resource.
station. I had no idea. That's such a good tip.
Casey says wonderful pizza and they have a donation form. That's amazing. Yes, see if you can get some free food coupons or like free
Or
items
just,
for the kids to hand
oh, and
out.
it's all, you don't even have to go there unless you want a snack.
Unless you want a snack, yeah, unless you want that pizza. And it's all online. Hey, thanks for the tip, Crystal.
Crystal, that's awesome. Gas
Dara
station
says our
donates free ice cream, pasties
yeah,
from Wendy's, pizza from Pizza Hut. Love it.
that's amazing. Thank you guys. So I'm going to share some state library resources with you. So here we go. So a lot of you may know from doing summer reading so many times, the State Library of Iowa, we create Canva templates. And these are templates that you can use, you can customize them and use them at your library. Just some examples. We do a bookmark reading log where we take images from the summer reading artwork. One side has the theme, and on the other side, last year's was a reading log where you color a circle in for each time you read X amount of minutes. And then when the child gets that done, they turn it in for a prize or for a prize drawing. Um, a lot of you seem to like that. Um, a lot of you told me, hey, we need a customizable calendar. Yes, Dara says that. So we heard you and we said, yes, that's a great idea. And so our information specialist, Emily Bainter, put together the calendar and you guys have just rolled with it. And we are so grateful for that. We're going to continue to keep offering that. The new templates will come out January 2026 and I will show you where to get those templates. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys think the calendars were great. Excellent. That's good info to know. A lot of you like the
Janae, it's
bingo
gotten
sheet.
to the point now where I get emails saying, "Where are the Canva templates?" And I'm like, "That's not us, but let me show you." Because I've shared it so many times that now people just associate it with the program.
Yes, because Becca, you told me that you shared it with like the whole
I
country
put it
pretty
in my
much.
newsletter. Yeah.
So all of our templates got used last year by libraries across the United States. It was amazing to learn that. So it was super duper cool. That made our hearts happy here. Um, And yes, Leanne says we always use the bingo sheets. You guys love the bingo sheets. So yes, these are examples. If you want to do a bingo reading challenge at your library, you're more than welcome to. These were last year's examples. I made one for babies through preschool, one for elementary ages, and one for teen. Now, you guys can customize these any way you want. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, or you can use the designs and make it however you want, however you see fit for your community. This is not the gospel. So just make it any way you want. So, and yes, there'll be new reading challenge sheets for birth through preschool, elementary, and teen coming up. So stay tuned.
Can't wait.
So, where do we get these cool Canva templates? You're probably wondering. This is where you go. So you go to the State Library of Iowa's Summer Library Program webpage. Um, so on the website, the State Library of Iowa's website, type in the search box Summer Library Program to find the webpage. So this is the webpage to your right. This is what it looks like. We'll post the Canva templates and registration links to all of our other summer reading related events on this page. So I just want to show that to people so that way you know how to get there and how to access it. We'll post those Canva templates and then you're able to download and customize them. And we are mindful, we try not to put things that, images that cost like $1 or whatnot, because I know in the past sometimes that happened and then we had to remove it or fix it. So we're being very cognizant and mindful of that too. So
Janeé, do you see the comment that Julie would love adult bingo sheets
adult
for
bingo
adult
sheets. You know what?
patrons?
I'm gonna write that down.
And it looks like Christine agrees.
Adult bingo sheets. Okay. I love it.
I do too. That's awesome.
Thank you for giving me that tip. We'll see what I can pull up. We'll see what we can pull up, and we'll go from there. So I can't
Also, it
promise
wouldn't be
anything.
that difficult to update in Canva the teen one and make it adult. You could.
Is you're asking, is it difficult?
No, I don't. It would not be if you
No.
don't get to the point where you can make an adult one for this year. Um, it's relatively easy to just take an existing template and change it for adults. Oh,
Yeah. Now,
okay.
Bingo Baker. I've never heard of that. Ooh, I might have to test this out. And yes, Marianne, I agree. We have
That's
always
so exciting.
recommended editing the templates to serve whatever age group you're working with. Absolutely. Because what may work for one group may not work for your teens or may not work for your elementary ages. So really take the time, edit it, customize it based on the age population you're serving. Thank you
You know
guys.
your community better than anyone else does, so you're the best person for that job.
Exactly. Also, don't forget us at the State Library, we have STEM to Go and Storytime kits. Especially for this theme for Plant a Seed Read. I pulled out these kits. You can use these kits at your library for 5 weeks. They just can't be renewed, so you can check them out. They're sent to you via Iowa Shares at your library. You can use them for 5 weeks. The kit comes with books, activities. There's an educator guide with songs, finger plays, and early literacy tips to share with caregivers. We have a food story time kit. We have a farm story time kit. Iowa PBS, they created a bilingual farms story time kit. So it's farms granjas. And we have a harvest story time kit. But your kiddos can engage with these kits for 5 weeks. And then when you're done, you put everything back in the tub or the bag and you send it back to us. So consider that. Yes, how do you request the kits? You can go to the State Library of Iowa's page, go to the STEM and Storytime Kits page, and you request it with your public library's library card. If your library does not have a library card with us, call us at the reference department. We can get you connected to Margaret, And then Margaret Barr can get a library card for your library, and we can place those kits on hold for you. Good question, Karen.
What a great resource. These are so cool.
It's very cool. So we're going to move to birth and preschool story time and play ideas. Now, mind you, birth through preschool, this is ages 0 to 5. And in the resource guide, it's EL, early literacy. So I really love pretend and play items, or um, it's called dramatic play. So if you
Mhm.
have an area where kids can dress up and pretend to do items at their libraries, consider having a pretend and play area. The resource guide has food fun ideas that you can use on pages 145 to 148. So an example of that is pizza play. These pictures are from Greene County's Toddler Fest, and Marianne and I have been talking about doing a Kernels on Toddler Fest. I went to Jefferson, Iowa, I believe it was 2024, but this was a dramatic play area in their at their Toddler Fest. They had an area where kids could pretend to make pizzas. So they made a oven out of cardboard. They had some real pot holders. And then for pizza, they made pizza toppings out of felt, and they had pans. They had the little, what do they call those things? The wooden parts where they put the pizza in the oven.
Oh, like
Um,
the palette?
yes, pizza palette.
Hmm.
Um, but this was really cool. They just cut out a lot of felt to make the pizza and the toppings. But you could do this at your library, and kids could play and pretend that they're serving pizza at at the library. Another thing you could do, this was from Toddler Fest, have a grocery store. What would kids buy at the grocery store? So the librarians in that area, they saved boxes and of food items. They took, obviously they cleaned them out. They had Pringles cans, milk jugs, boxes that they just taped and saved, and they made a grocery store, and they had little baby push carts that the kids could pretend they were going shopping. And this is done by 6 libraries. Yes, the Greene County's Toddler Fest is meant done by 6 libraries. They're all small libraries, but they all join together and they partner with area agencies to put on a Toddler Fest. And so the kids got to pretend they were shopping at the Toddler Fest. But
That's
isn't
so
that cool?
cute. That
And
is
they
so
save all
cute.
these things. They save them and they box them up and they use them for next year and the following year. But
And if
this
you
is
wanted to, you could pour some like white paint or brown paint into those milk jugs to kind of make it look a little bit more milky. Um,
milky.
there's lots of, I think, fun things you could do with this. The other thing I wanted to say is that for libraries who don't have a ton of space or can't do something to this scale. You can do something really similar with like a bulletin board or on the wall. Like you could do a felt pizza on the wall and the kids can just come and make up their slice or whatever the case may be. You can have a little grocery store where there are paper or laminated groceries, and then you put them in the cart and then you take it over to the register, and maybe you pay with some laminated bills or whatever the case may be. But you don't have to have a lot of space to provide dramatic play spaces for your kids. And maybe you have an apron or something where they could like dress up while they do it to put them a little bit more in the moment. But I think there's a lot of ways that you could do this. I mean, cardboard and felt isn't super expensive, but there is a space consideration. So um, you can definitely do it 2D on a wall or on a bulletin board as well.
Absolutely. So these are just some examples. So they had the pizza place, the grocery store, and I think they had a restaurant in there
Cute.
too. But take a peek for pretend play ideas for kids. Let's see. Don says we have an area we call our hands-on learning area. Changed out every month, yes, with a new theme. It has dramatic play, STEM with colors, counting, science, and more. That is fantastic.
You could
Uh,
also do like a farm where you have the carrots that can go in and out of the ground or the radishes or whatever, and you can have a little tractor or whatever. And again, that is something that can happen in 3D or in 2D.
that's cool. I love it. We've also got some sensory play. If your library is big into sensory play, just to get that hands-on exploration. Um, this is an example that they said to have a corn sensory bin. This was from the Merriam Feed and Seed website. And they have where you put corn in there and then different types of toys like plastic toys like the tractors or and farm animals. They got a cute little pinwheel as a sunflower and a barn for the kids to play with as well. Super fun, super engaging, getting those senses in.
I love that it's a small scale version of like the corn pit at the pumpkin patch or the orchard or whatever that kids can play in. That's really cool.
Very cool. This other idea, a garden and nature bin, this is also in the resource guide. I wanted to find an example similar to that. This is from Fun a Day website. I put the links in on the screen here so you can take a peek. But they have a garden and nature bin, and you put rocks, some soil, different flowers, maybe plastic flowers. Um, those color gems that you put in a fish tank, you can put those in there. But it gives a chance for kids to play and learn about gardens and exploring. There's a little fairy toy. Somebody put a fairy toy in
Isn't
there.
that cute? I love
It's
it.
adorable. But these are just some things you could do. Grab those Rubbermaid tubs. I know you got some Rubbermaid tubs at your libraries. Fill it up with some different items and let the kids play and explore. This is a
And if
good
you
way to
don't want
build
to do
vocabulary.
actual dirt, you can do rice or any of the
Mhm.
other things that folks put in sensory bins. Because I would understand if this is something you want inside that you might not want dirt. But yeah, like we've been saying over and over again, there's no rules. So if you see something and it doesn't work for your library, do what works for your library. Oh,
Coffee
coffee
grounds.
grounds.
I
I
did
don't know if
not
that would
think
be
about
better or
that.
worse than dirt on the floors of your library. You'll have to talk to your maintenance folks. Oh, it does smell good. That's right.
Ooh, fill a clear
Oh,
bottle with
yeah.
materials and small trinkets, seal it shut, and let them shake and roll the bottle to find the items. That's a cool idea, Laura. Or Laura,
Yeah.
excuse me. Thank you.
You could
Rice
also
can be
do like
dyed.
a an I Spy bottle where
Mm-hmm.
you have the corn and like the little animals and tractors and stuff. And like Victoria said, you can dye rice pretty easily. And then you just have like a little key that says what is in the I Spy bottle for them to find, and then it's all contained. Dried
Yes,
beans, great choice.
dried beans are great. There's a ton of ideas on Pinterest with corn and bean sensory bins, and they have a rainbow. I think it was like rainbow corn or rainbow rice where you can dye them different colors and then let the kids see what colors they are. Um,
Yeah.
Ooh, 4 or 5 pool noodles. This is from Dawn. You can put 4 or 5 pool noodles painted brown or wrapped in brown paper in a long, shallow tote or box. And you could put play veggies and fruits in between the noodles as garden rows in the ground and grow on top of the ground.
I love it. You could
Very
also
cool.
wrap them in brown felt, if you want it to be a little bit more durable for the entirety of your summer. Yeah, that's awesome.
There is a pool animal craft in the resource guide. If you're looking for pool noodles, Dollar Tree sells pool noodles. They have them in red and green right now because of Christmas, I found out. So just a heads up. But yeah, if you're looking for pool noodles for crafts, Dollar Tree does sell them. They're now seasonal, so just red and green, just
Wild.
FYI on that. Um, if you care about colors, just so you know. Um, Storytime themes. This year, it blew my mind. There are a ton of story time themes that are ready to go. They have the books, the finger plays, the songs. Pages 158 to 174 has all different kinds of themes and books to use for story times. Some of the themes, I just wanted to show them on the screen. Apples. So if you have kids that obviously they love apples, you could do an apple themed story time. And maybe you have an apple taste testing where you have red, green. Let me see, what's another color for the apples? I'm trying to think.
Yellow.
Thank you, red, green, and yellow. I did this with my kids when I was at Mount Pleasant Public Library. We had red, green, and yellow apples, and they got to taste test. And I made a big apple cutout, and I said, which apple do you like the best? And so we
Oh,
wrote the child's name on a piece of paper, and then we put red, green, or yellow on the board, and we made a graph. So by them telling me what apple they liked the best. So they
that's
got to taste
so cute.
and they got to put their name under the color they liked the best. This is great for math. It's great for colors. It's great for vocabulary. They're able to tell you what kind, like if it tastes sweet, sour, bitter. I really love doing that activity with kids, but that's something you could do with your kids as well.
And you
Chickens?
definitely could scale that up for older kids and just add more varieties of apples or do like apples and
Oh,
pears because pears also have those three colors. There's a lot of ways that you could adapt this. You know, there's so many types of apples to try in the grocery store now that you could really have fun with that.
oh yeah. Honey Crisp, Honeydew, all that. Well, not honeydew, honey crisp. My husband keeps asking for honey crisp. So yes, that is awesome. Chickens, you could do a chicken story time. Uh, Food and family. Another theme that they have is gardening. So they have books and activities for that story time. Down on the farm, super cute, and fruits and vegetables. These are just some examples of the themes in this section of the guide. There are tons of storytime themes and ideas, so you can't go wrong. Um, so that way you're able to pick the theme, pick the activities, pick the books, and just deliver that story time. So really take a peek.
Sarah had the great idea of a teen program called How About Them Apples and do
Yeah,
apples to apples the game, do some taste testing, do a craft of some kind. I think that's brilliant.
I love it.
I love it so much.
And like having them taste test the apples in different like dips, like caramel or
Oh, Janeé, I love that. Yeah.
what other kinds of dips? Peanut butter. What else could you dip an apple in? Chocolate. And what's Nutella? Yes. And see what's the
Yes.
best.
Honey is a
Honey.
great idea.
I
Yogurt
love
is
it.
great. Oh, apples and cheddar cheese. My kiddo loves cheddar cheese with his Granny Smiths. Um,
Really?
yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
And some people put cheddar cheese on apple pie too.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I am going to have to try this. I'm going to have to ask during Thanksgiving. Can you have some cheddar cheese?
Does anybody have some cheddar cheese laying
Can you have
around?
some cheddar cheese, please?
Grab it off
Dip.
of the appetizers table.
There you go. So we're going to switch gears and we are going to go to elementary age program ideas. I know we have limited time, but this guide is filled with so much stuff. I wanted to just highlight some really cool and interesting programs that you could do. Elementary age for this category is ages 6 to 11, and it has a C for children. So in the resource guide. So here we go. So food, I guess I was obsessed with food looking at this. Just there were so many food program ideas. Um, these are some of the ones that I thought, oh man, you could do this at your library. A family movie night. A lot of you guys are hosting movie nights or movie programs at your library. Maybe you have a family movie night with a popcorn bar. You could show a family movie and have a variety of different types of mix-ins for your popcorn. That's on pages 122 to 123 of the resource guide. Now, food fight. No, I do not mean having kids go and throw food. I'm sorry. That's not what I mean at all. But on page 126, in their definition of food fight, you have your participants taste test a variety of snacks and they vote for their favorite treat. Um, so you could use different Oreo flavors, chip flavors, different kinds of Pocky. Especially, I don't know, I know tweens and teens like Pocky. Pocky is a
Mhm.
very thin wafer that's rolled up, and there's like a fruit or a cream filling in the middle. That's what
It's the
Pocky.
long sticks that they dip half of in the
Yes,
chocolate and or strawberry or matcha or whatever. Yeah.
yes. For those
Teens
of you
and
that don't know
tweens.
what Pocky is,
Yeah, it's from Japan.
yes, it's very, very tasty.
Hmm.
You could get flavored marshmallows, different types of flavored marshmallows, and see which one is their favorite treat, or different snacks from around the world. Looks like Mandy says, host your own library, snack it. I love that. Snack it.
Thank you,
Ooh,
Marianne. Pokey.
pokey. Pokey. Yes, it's a
I
Japanese snack.
appreciate that. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Marianne. I didn't used to calling it Pocky. It's Pokey. Thank you.
Pokey, like the
Uh,
puppy.
like the Pokey the puppy. Yes. Let's see. Our teen
For
library.
the food fight too, you know how it says at the top, but Oreo is always bringing out wackadoo flavors, and it's really fun to grab a bunch of them and have the kids taste them and rank them, and then you can work those kind of math skills into that of like how many people like this kind, how many people like that kind, that sort of thing. Valerie, I was thinking the same thing. Kit Kat has a ton of flavors,
Hmm.
especially if you get them from a world market or something like that, because Japan has just endless Kit Kat flavors. Um, okay.
And they sell Pokies at Walmart too,
I mean,
for
you can get them
sure.
everywhere now. You can get them, I mean, and I'm sure that Amazon and all of those other places also have that.
Absolutely. Another idea for a food program is hosting a cooking club. It's on pages 115. So the resource guide for this, you could offer a weekly or monthly cooking club where kids can learn basic cooking skills. You can use recipes that don't require an oven or a stove, or if you want to use a microwave or an electric skillet for a recipe, or electric portable stovetop, you could do that for your program, your programming room.
Mhm.
And reach out. Reach out to your community partners. Invite parents, local farmers, or chefs to teach kids how to make different kinds of foods. Um, Iowa State Extension, they used to have a Kids in the Kitchen program. I don't know if they still have it, but you could check. I had it where ISU would come in and teach the kids how to make certain types of foods. And it was like, I think I scheduled them for like a 4 or 5 week program, and everything was free. They came in, they brought the supplies, and they had a small lesson, and then the kids would get to make a different type of food, and it was always healthy, fresh foods. Yes, they still have it. Good, Tracy, thank you. They made mini pizzas.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
There's
and
so
you're,
many ways to do that too. You could do that
yeah,
with a toaster oven.
I love it. And looks like Sue had their local family and community, not community, consumer science teacher come and do cooking programs for
Oh,
us.
smart.
Yeah.
And cooking club is definitely something you can age up. I don't know about aging down, but you could definitely age it up for teens and thinking about the older teens that are about to, kind of be on their own, start a job, start college, whatever the case may be, and they're going to have to do more cooking for themselves. Um, you can kind of go that route for older kids. Firefighters in. Wait, we brought our firefighters in for s'mores cooking class and they taught fire safety while they cooked with the teens. That is the best. Oh, I love that.
That's cool.
And Marianne's idea to do like one fruit or vegetable many ways, raw, roasted, boiled, blended, is a super cool idea. Uh, Tasting exotic fruits. Yeah, star fruit, dragon fruit, okra. I mean, a lot of people haven't had fresh coconut or, again, with all of these things, be careful with allergies because a lot of
Yeah.
these things are allergy adjacent. Um, and uh, my kids used to do a program like that at their elementary school where the PTO would bring in like jicama or star fruit or something for the kids to try. They called it Tasty Bites.
Tasty bites.
And it's nice because you get a couple bites of something, and as a parent, you're not committing to buying an entire coconut or,
Hmm.
dragon fruit or whatever the case may be in case nobody is into it. Um, oh, a STEM event where you try different spices with both smell and taste. That is really cool. I love that. I don't
Very.
remember if it's probably not in your slides because it's under the adult section, but there's also a program of like a monthly spice program where people come in and they get a serving of a particular type of spice in just like a little plastic bag. And then it's attached to a recipe card that has like two or three recipes that can use that spice. So that folks can take it home and try it. Because you know how you try a new recipe and you buy a jar of whatever, and then it's
Hmm.
in your cabinet for 5 years because you don't know what to do with it. So it's so
Hmm.
cool. A spice club. Yes, 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 yes.
Fight Club.
Yeah. First rule of
Wow.
Spice Club. Don't talk about Spice Club. Just kidding. Definitely talk about it because I think your patrons would be really into it.
I love it.
Oh, campfire cooking. Love that.
Campfire cooking.
Spice
Wow.
and spice. Yes. I think they also put cookbooks on their bookmark with the recipes as well. Ice
Wow.
cream in a
Denise says, I love
bag.
ice
You guys
cream
have such
social.
good ideas.
Create ice cream in a bag. Yes, that idea is also in the resource guide, the create ice cream in a bag. Yes, it's a whole program in itself. Yes, I agree. So
Mhm.
these are some other cool ideas you could do with the elementary ages. And with these ideas, these could go to teen as well. So they could be adapted for a tween or teen program. At the top, there's grass head planters where you take the plant pots, nylon socks, grass seeds, scissors, potting soil. They paint the pots and then put the potting soil, nylon socks, grass seeds in there to make their pots grow. This example has a Pokemon, Pikachu, and an alien there. So if you have some other decor lying around, some ribbon or some pipe cleaners. They can use that for decoration.
Also, a hot tip with these, I've done them a number of times with teens. You can use potting soil, but you can also use the sawdust from the big hardware stores. So, like,
Uh-huh.
I just went to the Home Depot and I was like, would you empty out your sawdust bag into a garbage bag for me? And I mean, they're not going to do anything with it. So they said, yeah, of course. And then you can use that with the grass seed that has like the the fertilizer and all of that other stuff kind of built in. And then it makes a lovely head of hair for your alien or your Pokemon or whatever. And it's
Oh,
way cheaper than potting soil. So yeah, so that's an idea. I've also at like the pharmacy, so like Walgreens or CVS or whatever, a lot of the times they'll have the stockings that like your grandma used to wear in the little
hmm.
eggs. And they're like, I
Hmm.
don't remember, 50 cents or $1 or something. And obviously there's two of them in there. And then
Oh
you don't have
yeah,
to worry about like um, cutting and tying old or new stockings for the sock head.
very cool.
Oh, that's cute
Mary,
too, Valerie. So Valerie's going to do dirt and grass seed in a small clear cup and they're going to put faces with stickers on the outside, and then they can style the hair however they would like, depending on what kind of face they create. That's really cute. I don't even know if you have to do a clear cup. You could probably do a solid cup so that it's like the face of whatever color the face you want it to be, purple or yellow or orange. And you can do kind of a Sesame Street style face with some wacky hair. That would be so fun.
I actually, Valerie, I have that craft idea on my Pinterest board. So it's funny. We think alike. I love it. Um,
She has the clear cups. Totally understandable. Use what you got. I hear that.
yes, the clear cups. And then, yeah, I think the one I found has clear cups. Marianne pointed out with the food portraits craft activity on page 286, Giuseppe Arcimboldo is an artist that created fruits and veggies to create faces. Quite
That's where the
futuristic.
inspiration for this came from, actually. So you can definitely show the kids those amazing paintings as well and do a little bit of art history. Good eye. Good eye, Marianne.
Very cool. So yes, print out those pictures, let them cut and make their own fruit faces.
Mhm.
Paint a pot craft on page 296. You can use 4-inch, and I put that in bold, 4-inch terracotta pots. Get your acrylic paints or your Sharpie acrylic pen or paint pens. I love those. I had to buy a whole set. I love those.
They're the
Paint
best. Yeah.
paint brushes, put them on a paper plate and just paint to paint and let them paint to town.
And they
Uh,
have those teeny tiny pots too, like 2 inches or smaller. So if
yes.
the 4 inch seems like too much for one program, you could do those smaller ones. Or you could do a big pot and have all the kids work on it together and then put it outside the
Oh.
library or on the patio if you have one, or in a window, whatever works best for you, and have it be something that the community creates together.
Yes, like a community pot. I love it. And
Yeah.
we've got the garden in a jar on page 287 with mason jars, small rocks, seed packets with various herbs or small plants. You can have them put those plants in there with soil and get some spray bottles with water so that way they can keep their plant hydrated.
Mhm.
There's also the Wonderful Worms program. I love worms on page 180. This is where you can reach out to your local extension office to see if they can talk about a vermicomposting program. See if they can bring some worms for kids to look at and explore. Now, you may have some that say, yes, I want to play with worms, or no, thank you. That's usually the vibe I get every time I've hosted a worm program. So just be mindful. And also fruit and vegetable stamps. Page 287, you can take different types of potatoes, lemons, apples, kiwis, tempera paint, construction paper, and have them with an adult cut out some images and have them make stamps.
You just cut the pieces of fruit and veg however you want, and then put out little you've probably done potato stamping or something like that at some point in your life. It's a
Hmm.
very similar vibe, but you let the fruit speak for itself instead of carving.
Ooh, vermicomposting 2 years ago, Emily did it and it was a big hit. That's awesome.
Nice.
And having a summer reading fun fair, pages 175 to 176, you could do this at your library. You can hold it as an end of the summer reading program or the start of it, whatever you want to do. You could have different stations where you have bingo, an air dry clay station. I got that idea from Bondurant. Mini golf station, face painting, ring toss. You have Giant Connect Four. I love the Giant Connect Four. But this would be a great to have an end of the year or end of summer or beginning of summer program. I'm going to keep it moving just for time purposes.
Yes.
We're going to go to teen and tween craft and program ideas. For this part of the guide, tween we define ages 9 to 11. Teens is ages 12 to 18. So just wanted to say that for this purposes and T for teen in the resource guide. There are lots of food programs you could do with teens. Um, there's another food fight where they taste test a variety of snacks. The no bake program, no bake basics on page 178. If you don't have an oven or a stove, you could have the teens create no bake recipes. So dirt and worms. I love doing dirt and worms. Fruit pizza. You could do a fruit pizza. Granola bars or no bake energy bites with the peanut butter and the peanut butter and honey and oatmeal. You could do a trail mix bar on page 179 where teens can make their own combinations for trail mix. Um, you could do that. Taste test competition. I thought this was cute on page 177, where the teens are blindfolded with bandanas and they taste test to guess what the food item is. You can use multi-flavored candies like Skittles, jelly beans, Sour Patch Kids. And of course, yes, we all want to be mindful of food allergens.
I think it says that like about 100 times in our resource guide.
Yeah. And with the popularity of Hunger Games, with that book, Sunrise on the Reaping, that just came out, you could do a Hunger Games training test on page 137, where you hold a Hunger Games training session at your library. At the bottom, there's some sample station ideas. There's more in the resource guide, or you can find some online. Maybe you have a Nerf set where they're doing a bow and arrow competition, and you have to set up cup targets for the teens to shoot at. You might have a weight toss where they're tossing different sized balls into containers. Maybe a camouflage coloring station and a knot tying station. I saw this in several sites where teens are learning how to make different kinds of knots. Um, I just spelled different
So
wrong.
when I did this program, it was an after hours program for teens, like a million years ago when Hunger Games was hot the first time. Um, and we happened to have a balcony in our library. So I did a what I called a bread drop, and I tied donuts to string, and the
Hmm.
teens, without using their hands, had to eat the donut, and they were awarded points based on how much of it they got consumed and didn't lose in a set amount of time. I don't remember. It was a minute or two. But that was really fun. So feel free to think out of the box when you're doing stuff like this too.
Absolutely. Um, you guys know I love crafts. I am a crafter, and my coworkers appreciate that. Junk journals. I love junk journals, and I've taught how to make these before, but this is on page 290. This type of junk journal uses charms. Um, I will say I made this with the E6000 craft adhesive.
It's so stinky.
It is smelly. It is smelly. So if you do this, use the E6000 outside or in a well ventilated space because the smell is strong. Or if you're just not wanting to use it, use a hot glue gun with hot glue sticks. But you're just taking sandpaper and sandpapering the top of the journal, and then you decorate it with flat backs. So buttons, beads, charms, sequins. Make sure they have nothing on the back because then it'll be hard, like nothing that's going to be hard
Like
that'll
the
stick
buttons
out.
with the little loop on the back aren't gonna work, but a flat
Yeah.
button. No.
Make sure it's completely flat when you make this craft. DIY flower pens are fun. You're just taking pens, green chenille floral tape. You're wrapping that tape around the pen. You'll have some artificial flowers and some chenille stems to attach as well. Some pipe cleaners if you want, and some scissors to make sure everything fits. Very easy craft to make
And
with,
so fun.
and so
They
fun.
turn out so cute.
So colorful. And if you want to add, you could add a little pot with some beans in it so if they can put their flowers or their pen flowers in the bean or in the little
That's
pot.
very cute. I love that.
Mason jar terrariums, these are super fun. You're taking mason jars, craft glue or school glue, tweezers, and you've got the decorative moss, fake plants, mini trees, stones, gravel, or sea glass, and some charms, and you're gluing those items down to make a scene, a terrarium inside your little jar. Oh, Lotta says we're hoping to make gnome fairy goblins next summer.
I love
Very
it.
cool.
You know what? A really great thing too would be after the holidays, go grab some of those little bottle brush trees when they're on sale and
Yep.
collect those. Those would be so great for those cute little terrariums. And whenever I've done a terrarium with teens, they end up killing the plants. So I really
Yeah.
like the idea of the artificial that they can keep for a long time.
Yes. Perler bead crafts. If you
Love them.
love perler beads, this is for you. There's a perler bead cactus activity on pages 141 to 142. Save all those green. You've got a lot of green. Maybe you have a volunteer sort some green and some brown and some pinks out for you. So that way you can follow that pattern to make a perler bead cactus. On the right of your screen, there's some mini perler bead fruits and veggies on page 293. Make sure you have some perler bead boards for these so that way the kids or the tweens or teens can make these easily at your library. We have some no-sew crafts, some no-sew avocado pillows. This is on 294, page 294. You're taking some lime green, dark green fleece and brown fleece, some black felt, polyfill, scissors, and fabric glue. You're going to cut out that pattern of the avocado to make the no-sew activity, and you're cutting strips along that avocado shape to make the no-sew ties and cutting out a brown circle and the black felt for the eyes and the mouth to make the face of the
The
avocado.
faces is are where it really gets fun. My committee member that submitted this said that this was one of their favorite programs they ever did with teens and tweens, because it was very, very accessible. It wasn't particularly expensive, and they
Mhm.
could like do the thing but also express themselves. So every avocado looked a little different.
Yes, it looks cute. Yes, and Denise says yes, love the no-sew idea. I love it too. Felt fruit bookmarks. This is on page 282. You're taking embroidery floss, needles, ribbon, felt with various colors, and pencil and scissors and permanent marker to make a felt fruit bookmark. Again, all the directions for all of these activities are in the resource guide. You cannot go wrong.
And you could also probably do that with glue if you don't want to give your teens needles and thread.
Yes, absolutely. Now, the dotted mugs, I have made this several years ago because I was trying to find a Christmas gift and I was like, you know what? I just want to make stuff. So I have made these and I love making these. I grabbed white mugs from Dollar Tree because that was the best place to go and get them. These Sharpie, you want to use Sharpie oil-based
They
paint
have to
markers.
be oil based.
They have to be, yes, have to be oil-based, not the acrylic, not the other ones. They have to be oil-based for this to work. So I want to stress that. And stencils. So the teens can decorate the mugs with the Sharpies and the stencils. Then you bake them in the oven, or maybe you leave them there and you bake them in an oven for 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And to keep that design, you need to hand you have to tell the teens to hand wash the mugs in order to keep the designs intact. Um, this link, Feeling Nifty, that is the link I used when I was creating Christmas gifts for families. So take a peek at that tutorial as well. Um, so yeah, and I put the Amazon link to the Sharpie oil-based markers, so that way you guys can take a peek. So
And for those as well, if you have access to a like a Cricut or some other kind of vinyl cutter, it's so easy to make these if you can just choose your design, and then put it on your mug, and then it stays put really, really well. Um, so that's another tip. I actually made the one on the left. It was my submission, which is why it's a dinosaur and not something food related. But you drink out of mugs and you can put whatever you want in there. It could be the shape of a chicken or an apple or whatever. Um, so yeah, it's really fun.
I just did initials for people that I knew because I was like, okay,
That's cute too.
T for Tiara, A for Ann, M for Mom.
I love it.
It was super cool. Um, so we are going to go into the America 250 resources because America 250 is coming up. I've seen people on library talk about what are we going to do for 250? I don't know what to do. Don't worry. This year's resource guide has you covered. You want to check pages 88 to 99 in the resource guide. There is a chock full of activities you could do for adults and kids and teens.
It's like a resource guide in a resource guide. It's a,
Yes,
yes.
that's the best way, that's the best description of it. Especially like if you're doing food programs, especially for your kids and teens, there are patriotic snack ideas on page 98. I thought this was cool. The Star Spangled Fruit Skewers. There's a lot of different types of patriotic snacks that you could do with your kids and teens. So take a peek at those snack ideas. There's also and mind you, I'm scratching the surface here, so just take a peek. There's also special event ideas on page 97. For those youth librarians at your library, maybe you participate in your local 4th of July parade, walking in the parade and with a special library display. They also suggested for youth having a youth seed mosaic craft where kids ages 5 to 12, they create a seed mosaic artwork that celebrates liberty. Um, Again, chocked full of a lot of ideas. I'm only scratching the surface, so take a peek at those resources. Also,
Plant the seed of democracy.
yes. And there's a history Jeopardy. There's a
Hmm.
history
Hmm.
Jeopardy idea in there. So maybe you can play Jeopardy with your teens and maybe some adults. They would get a kick out of playing Jeopardy.
Do it as a family event or an all ages event.
Absolutely. The State Library in spring of 2026, we are putting together America 250 Storytime kits. They are going to celebrate the 4th of July. Each kit will contain books, songs, finger plays, and reprintables that you can use at your library. One of the kits is about flags. So it's why we have the American flag, how to fold the American flag, and there's a reprintable where the kids can decorate their own flag. If you could create a flag, what would that look like? So you could take that printout, make copies on your copier, and then give that to the kids and say, hey, can you show me what would your flag look like? What would it say? So just thinking along the lines of that, the books are geared for ages 3 up to age 8. So
Mm.
you could do a wide variety of story times with it. There is a board book for like if you have a 2-year-old, there's A for America inside there too, because I wanted to have a variety of books just in case, because for story times, you never know who's walking in the door. You might
Especially
have
in the summer. Yeah.
you might have a room full of 2-year-olds. You might have a room full of 3 to 8-year-olds. So I wanted to have a kit where you guys are prepared for anything. Um, we'll have 3 of these kits available in spring of 2026. Once we get closer to that date, we'll announce when they'll be available for checkout. And there are a lot of resources to know. I was squeezing all this in. So there are some more resources that I think you should be aware of. So here we go. So if you are still looking for presenters or thinking about who do I contact, contact your local ISU Extension office. They have some really cool programs. I talked to Brenda in Cherokee County, and they have the 4-H Clover Kids program. And so there are different programs with 4-H Clover Kids. They have outreach teams that read a story to the kids and provides an activity afterwards. Their current curriculum has lessons geared to the summer reading theme, and they're geared for K through 3rd grades. So roughly that 5 all the way to about 9, 8, 9 age. But their new curriculum that they just got in October features the food group series from Jory, John, and Pete Oswald. I about fainted. I said, "What? Really?" So their new curriculum features the food group series from Jory John and Pete Oswald, and their programs are free for the 4-H Clover Kids programs. So there's 99 counties, there's 99 ISU offices. Contact your local ISU extension office to see what they can offer for 4-H Clover kids. They bring the items to your library and they present the programs. So it's worth having a conversation with them to talk about. And yes, Dawn, I'm going to get to that too. Dawn, yes, they also Read Across Iowa has an extension program that will do this program for free as well. Yes. Um, if you also don't know, Iowa Agriculture Literacy Foundation, they have a program called Agriculture in the Classroom, or AITC. It's a mix of community and classroom educators, and they have 80 AITC educators, but you can request to have a guest speaker come to your library, and it's free. And they have all different topics that they can talk about. They can talk about the history of agriculture, pork, beef production, cattle production, um, all different kinds of topics. So it is worth a email or a phone call to talk to the Iowa Agriculture Literacy Foundation, um, because they offer these programs for free and it's amazing. And yes, where's Sue? Sue, yes, she did a presentation for Ag in the Classroom conference in Des Moines about how to work with libraries. We showed them the library directory and gave them some ideas on how to contact their local libraries. Yes, that is amazing. Thank you. They also have, and I'm just pulling up the information. Um, Dawn had mentioned they have Read Across Iowa, which is a partnership with the Iowa Agriculture Literacy Foundation and Iowa State University Extension Office. So in January, they have kits where they have 4 to 5 books with lessons and ideas that librarians can use. And it's a free kit, and libraries get to keep the kit. Um, they will offer this in January 2026. So make sure you keep your eyes out because these kits are awesome and they have all different types of agricultural activities and programs. And like I said, 4 to 5 books that you, the librarians, get to keep. So take a peek at that once it comes out in January 2026, because those kits are going to go fast. Also, some more free programs heading your way. All Ira Reads, we have our 2026 authors for this year. And I'm pleased to tell you, you guys are the first to know, we are having our free summer author webinars this summer. So we've got the dates finalized, and I wanted to share this info with you as you're planning your summer reading programs. For kids, the All Our Reads winner is The Trouble with Heroes by Kate Messner. It is a great novel and verse book. Please, when you get a chance, read it. She will present to kids on Tuesday, June 9th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. For adults, we will have a summer author webinar with Alan Eskins, who wrote The Quiet Librarian. His webinar will be from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, June 16th. And for teens, we have T.L. Simpson's novel, Strong Like You. He will be online to talk to teens about the writing process on Wednesday, June 24th from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. We offer these free summer author webinars um, as part of your library programming for summer reading. Um, for the free summer author webinars, they will not be recorded, Emily. Um, so registration will open in spring 2026. This is a great opportunity for kids and teens and adults to ask these authors questions about the writing process, how they got started as writers, what they're working on next. And while they are talking, librarians all over Iowa can ask questions to the authors in real time via Zoom. So this is all happening this upcoming summer. Again, registration will open in spring 2026. I wanted to make sure you guys got these dates and times so that way you can plan these into your summer reading programs. These are free. Um, so make sure you consider that and get those on your calendars as well. And with the Kids All Our Reads program, with The Trouble with Heroes, it is a great book. If you don't know, it's about Finn, a young man who vandalizes a gravesite of a local mountain climber. And the daughter of the deceased mountain climber, she's willing to forgive all charges as long as Finn climbs these 46 mountain peaks. And the story is told by a novel in verse through poems. And so you learn about this young man, and he comes of age, and he also has to help his family save their chocolate shop. So it's a great book. It has cookie recipes in it as well. Yes, it's really good, Jonathan. It's awesome. These are some program ideas you can do at your library for summer. You could do a cookie club, cookies in a jar program, where the kids take mason jars and they add ingredients to their jars and they add recipe directions to make and bake cookies at home. And that activity is on page 129 of the resource guide. Also, you could do rock art where you grab some Sharpies and some art markers and have the tweens decorate rocks. They can put them in their rock garden or just keep it as a memento. You could have a chocolatier teach about chocolate. They can have invite a chocolatier to the library and teach the tweens how to make chocolate. Where does chocolate come from? You could do a poetry writing workshop because Finn in the book, he has to write poems to pass his English class because he's failing. So you could have different notebooks and different kinds of poems mentioned in the book and have tweens write their own poems. Or since Finn has to climb all these mountains, maybe you plan a nature walk with a naturalist at your library. Um, will the state have multiple copies of all our Reads books available to check out? We are working on that right now, Dawn. So as soon as we know, you'll know. So we're working on that right now. Thank you for the question. And yes, Finn is really going in through it in this book. Yes. With your teen All Our Reads program ideas, with Strong Like You, the book by T.L. Simpson, this young man, Walker, he is going through a situation where he has to look for his father because him and his mom are getting kicked out of their home. And he's a football player, and a counselor tells him to deal with his feelings by writing poems. So it's a mystery, it's a coming of age novel, and it is a deep novel set in the Ozarks. For this book, some program ideas. You could hold a poetry workshop. So you again provide small notebooks for teens to write their poems. Maybe you have some fun snacks and fancy pens. I love fancy pens to write poems with. Um, since the character Walker is a football player, maybe you invite a high school or a high school football team or a college football team or so a couple players to the library and have them talk to the teens about what it's like to play football. These are just some ideas that you could do to support the All I Reads program and have some creative programs based on these novels at your library. So, ooh, when my nephew played football in college, they would do outreach to schools, yes, and they would read to littles, yes. They thought the big football players were the coolest. Not for the teens, but still fun. And let's see, for the poetry writers, consider giving them free on pens. Yes, I love those pens because you can erase them. Those pens are fancy. Yes, they are, Sue. I love them. If you're not familiar, Iowa PBS has a farmers market program. It is dynamite. They have 12 weeks worth of printable activities that you can use at your library, especially those dramatic play areas where they can pretend that they're hosting a farmers market. They have a detailed educator guide explaining all of the activities, the suggestions. They also have recipes that you can print and have the kids do at home or maybe a program at your library. The other thing I saw on their website, and yes, we do have a kernels about the farmers market program. Yes, thank you, Marianne. The other cool thing that I noticed that they're offering, PBS is offering Borrow a Bundle, where you get a farmer's market bundle full of STEAM activities that you can use at your library. They're free to borrow. Iowa PBS drops it off at your library and they pick it up. If you want to request a bundle, contact the education coordinator, Nikki Mullins. Her email is there, and you can get on the schedule to have a farmers market bundle brought to your library. And it's for free. I love that word free. So super cool. Yes, Dawn said she did it last summer and it was amazing for the kids, farmers market vendors, and library. Yes. Ooh, and Becca says if you've never done a story time or pop-up craft at your local farmers market, it is fun. I never thought about doing a story time there. That's cool. And you
And
might
it's
reach
great
folks.
because, when the kids get a little cranky, they can
Eh,
sit and have, their little blueberries or whatever the case may be and listen to a story. Um, it's really cool. Oh, wow. That's
that is
amazing, Dawn.
cool. That is a lot. Wow, that's amazing. Pinterest boards. Yes, the state library will have Pinterest boards. That is the Pinterest board. I will unlock it today. I have it locked still, but I will unlock it. Our Pinterest page will be updated through summer. Um, the iRead Pinterest page is up and running. If you have not taken
I
a peek,
will continue to add stuff as I find it as well.
yes. So take a peek at it. They have a ton of stuff on there. It's amazing. And check out, if you're on Facebook, check out their iRead Facebook group. A lot of people do put up ideas. So definitely those resources are available to you as well.
And it's also a great place to go when you want to like talk something out. Has anyone ever done this type of story time? I'd really like to do this with my farmers market. Has anyone done anything like that? And how did you go about it? So it's a really great place to share ideas and also go there and brag about all the great stuff that you're doing.
Chris or Becca, do you think you can answer this question? It says, will there be any iron transfers for t-shirts?
So we don't, you can make your own. The resource guide has all of the graphics from the t-shirts in your art, in the bonus art. So you are welcome to print your own and make your own t-shirts. But we don't sell the iron-ons. So but I think you can get a pack of 10 or 12 or something for relatively inexpensive. That was a really terrible sentence, but I hope you understand what I mean. Um, so, so yeah, that's one of the things about iRead is it's super, super flexible, and we try to just give you as much as possible so that you can do whatever works best for your library and your budget.
Yes, and don't forget we have summer reading office hours coming up on these dates, December 13th, January 13th, 15th, January 13th, and February 16th. Registration links are on the State Library of Iowa's Summer Library Program webpage. But it's just a way for me to help you plan. If you need the help, please let us know. Come to these summer reading office hours and we can just share ideas to help you prepare for summer reading. Don't forget the iRead webinars. These are coming up. The 2026 showcase, December 4th. The QR code is on this screen. December 17th, they're going to talk about programming, crafts, maker ideas, resource guide tips. And January 14th, they're doing decorations, displays, resource guide tips, and tricks. So you can scan that QR code and sign up to register to go to these webinars. These are all webinars to help you be successful.
Mhm.
And I want to stress this out because there was a little snafu on yours truly's part. So for Pop YS Live, we're going to talk about prizes for summer reading. That's going to be Wednesday, December 10th from 1 to 2 p.m. We're going to talk about all different prizes and how you can provide some really cool prize ideas for summer reading. And there's a schedule change. January 2026, the Pop YS Live is Summer in the Small Library. It has a new date that has been changed to Wednesday, January 21st. Why did I change it? Because I accidentally scheduled on the same day as the iReads webinar. And I wanted to
And
make
at the
sure,
same time too,
and
Janeé.
at the same time, so I wanted to make sure you guys got a chance to go to both. I wanted to be mindful of your time. So I am moving my January 26th Pop YS Live to January 21st from 1 to 2 p.m. I just wanted to be helpful and mindful so that way you're able to go to both. And all of these webinars will be recorded. So just a heads up, if you sign up and you miss it, don't worry, they will be recorded. And just quickly, parting thoughts, make summer reading your own. Just make it your own based on your community and partner up. Do not be afraid to partner up with your nearby libraries or county associations to bring programs to your library and to keep your costs down. Now's the time to partner up. Use your resource guide as a starting point. It's a springboard to get ideas, and plan your programs based on the needs and wants of your community. Don't plan something they don't want, or plan something that you think that they need. Check with your sports and county fairs. Check to see when those are happening so you don't book programs on those days. I would hate for you to book something and then you're like, oh man, everybody's at the local softball tournament. So make sure you check your county sports, your county fair events. Check to see when those things are happening so you don't overbook. And yes, you know your library best. You know your community best. So know your limits, take care of yourself. This is a fun time, but we don't want you to burn out. Um, yeah. And that, my friends, is all I have. Um, if you have any questions or any types of concerns, please reach out. I love this sunflower image. That's probably my favorite. But please reach out. We're here to help you. I'm here to see you succeed. I'm your biggest cheerleader, so you got this. Just let me know how I can help you.
Me too. You can always reach out to me as well.
Yes. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. You all are brilliant. It was so cool to hear all of your thoughts and ideas in the chat. Janeé, we would have hit the time if it wasn't for the sound snafu.